looking for your internal control program just to check the box and repeat what was done last year, this video isn't for you. But if you are looking for your internal control program to add as much value as possible without costing a fortune, this is. Hi, my name is Adrienne Bellehumeur. I am the owner of Risk Oversight, a firm that specializes in internal control programs, including SOX, CSOX, and ICFR. I have worked with clients of all sizes in many industries for the past 15 years. In my experience, it's easy to let your internal control program become more of a going through the motions or perfunctory type exercise. This is where you risk misuse of resources, lack of buy-in, and lost opportunity. But with a few easy principles, you can flip the default approach to one with true value. Let's talk for a minute about where we are in the industry. The world of internal controls exploded with the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, or SOX, in 2002. The impact was game-changing. But we're now in a period of reasonable stability when it comes to internal controls. So what does that mean? It means your internal control program could be in a rut. I've seen internal control programs and teams that haven't changed or evolved much in the last 5, 10, 15, even 20 years. Stability brings its own challenges and opportunities, including the need to fight complacency and raise the bar and meet the challenges of today's economy and changing workforce. Here are 3 principles that can bring a new perspective, energy, even fun back to your internal control program. Number 1, treat design as the cake and testing as the icing. Think of the design of your controls as the cake of your program and the testing as just the icing. You can live with just a little bit of icing, but the cake must stand on its own. Internal control programs are no longer about cranking through piles of transactional testing. Design is where you realize the true value in the insight and recommendations that you can provide to your stakeholders. So, excuse the pun, but bake a great cake first. Number 2, focus on good habits, not theory. In the internal control world, it's easy to fall into an abyss of theory. We ask things like, what assertions does this link to? What is an outlier of control? What is the precision of detail? If you find yourself drowning in frameworks, models, templates, and discussions headed for outer space, stop. Then think about the practical side of what you're doing. Just like brushing your teeth, going to the gym, making your bed, and the habits in your personal life. Internal controls are really habits that we apply to an organization. Reviews, documentation, approvals, and counting inventory are effectively what we call controls. Assess controls through the lens of whether they are a good habit for your organization or not. And number 3, keep it interesting, stupid, or KIIS. KISS in our world isn't about keeping it simple, it's about keeping it interesting. Internal controls are designed for a certain consistency and reliability, especially in areas like maintenance, filings, reporting, or health and safety. But nowhere in our professional standards does it say that you need to run the same program every year. Like other areas of your life that I won't get into, you need to keep things interesting. This could mean changing the resources you assign to your program every year, or what processes they focus on, or changing the areas of focus. Or it could mean changing the techniques you use to support your program. You can use techniques such as workshops, walkthroughs, diagrams, effective writing techniques, just to name a few. So there you go. Now you have the 3 principles to boost the value of your internal control program. These are treat design as the cake, testing as the icing. Number 2, focus on good habits, not theory. And number 3, keep it interesting, stupid. With those 3 principles, I hope that you can help your internal control program. If there is any help we can give you with your internal control program, please don't hesitate to reach out for help.